When you click on the link that is provided in this section, you will be able to view the very first spy images that were taken of the Volkswagen Tayron. It is sufficient for you to simply click on the link. It was with the purpose of obtaining intelligence that these photographs were taken, and they were taken during the period that the vehicle was being tested in secret before it was made available to the general public. These photographs were taken with a covert camera. You will also be able to find photographs that illustrate the Volkswagen Tayron from the year 2018, which are included in the collection that is exhibited below. You will also be able to find such pictures. VW used a variety of highly sophisticated camouflage techniques in order to give the appearance that the new Tiguan Allspace is identical to the one that is currently being made. This was done in order to create the impression that the two vehicles are identical. The purpose of this action was to create the appearance that the two vehicles are not different from one another. All of this was done with the intention of giving the idea that the two vehicles are identical to one another, which was done in order to create the impression that they are. The fact that it looks to be almost identical to the Tiguan Allspace does not affect the fact that this is the circumstance, contrary to the prevalent misperception that this is the case. There is a high probability that the design of the new Bentley Tayron will be influenced by the design of the new Volkswagen Tiguan. It is predicted that the new Volkswagen Tiguan will serve as a source of inspiration for the design of the new luxury automobile. At this very moment, there is a significant possibility that this will take place. All of these are examples of the kinds of things that are projected to take place at some point in the future. Each and every one of these is an illustration. Although the new Volkswagen Tiguan was still in the process of going through the manufacturing process, we were able to observe a wrap of a similar kind being applied to the vehicle. This occurred when the vehicle was still in the process of being manufactured. This is the reason why things are the way they are in the current situation. This is the explanation for why things are the way that they are, taking into consideration the circumstances that currently exist under the circumstances. When everything is taken into consideration, it is simple to get the impression that the grille and headlamps of the Tiguan are identical to one another in terms of the high degrees of slimness that they feature with regard to their appearance. This is because the grille and the headlamps both have a level of slimness that is comparable to one another. There are a number of reasons for this, one of which is that the levels of slimness that they possess are astonishingly similar to one another. This is because the grille of the Tiguan is pretty similar to the grille that is found on the headlamps. This is the reason why this is the case. As far as the circumstances are concerned, there is no question that this is the current state of affairs that we find ourselves in as a result of the circumstances. This is the situation that we find ourselves in. The Tayron will be able to accommodate the installation of a second row of seats that will be incorporated into the vehicle. This is because the length of the Tayron will be significantly longer than that of the Tiguan. This is going to be feasible as a result of the Tayron's considerable length. It is because of this that the Tayron will be able to handle the installation of the seats in a manner that is less complicated. This is something that has the potential to be accomplished as a result of the substantial difference in length between the two. The automobile will be able to carry a bigger number of passengers than it is currently capable of carrying as a result of this new update that has been implemented. This represents an increase in comparison to the actual capacity. This is going to be one of the transitions that will take place in the future that will be more readily apparent, and it will be seen here. This transition will take place in the future. It is going to be necessary to make this change. It is anticipated that this change will take place at some point in the future. The current situation is one in which it is predicted that this development will continue to progress further. Another one of those transformations is quite likely to take place on this particular occasion, as it is extremely probable that it will take place. This is because it is quite possible that it will take place. A strong potential exists that the LED strip that is present on the Tiguan is hidden by the tail lights of the prototype. This is a possibility that cannot be ruled out. Possibility like this does exist. Because of this, it is impossible to totally remove the possibility that this will occur. Nevertheless, there is a probability that such a thing may occur. due to the fact that this is the situation. It is not possible to totally eliminate the possibility that this will occur. In spite of this, there is a genuine risk that something similar to this may take place. Given that this is the situation, it is not possible to entirely dismiss the possibility that this will occur. This is because of the circumstance, these two strips, which have an appearance that is comparable to that of the other strip, as well as the strip that is placed on the Tiguan, are identical to one another. There is a consistent pattern that is followed by the strip that is applied to the Tiguan. Furthermore, the strip that is located on the Tiguan is unique in its own right and deserves separate recognition. Because of this, the Tiguan strip is identical to the other strip in every respect. This is the case because the new Volkswagen Tayron is still in the preliminary phases of development. It is possible that you will be required to wait until at least the next year in order to make an order for it. This is because the automobile is still in the process of being developed. Due to the fact that the process of development is still in its preliminary stages, this is the case. This assertion is factually correct because the automobile is still in the process of being developed at the present time. The fact that the technique of development is still in its fundamental stages has led to the current circumstance that has come about as a consequence of this reality. The fact that the automobile is still in the process of being developed at the present time contributes to the fact that this remark is completely accurate due to the fact that the method of development is still in its early phases. The current situation that has arisen as a result of this reality has been brought about as a consequence of this reality. This comment is completely correct due to the fact that there are a number of factors that contribute to the fact that it is accurate. The fact that the automobile is still in the process of being developed at the present moment is one of the elements that contribute to this situation. This matter has been brought to light as a result of the fact that the creation of the new Tayron is still in its very early phases of development. This is because the fact that this issue has been brought to light. The occurrence of this kind of problem is a direct result of the fact that this particular event had place. There is still the possibility of purchasing the Volkswagen Tiguan All-Space in its present trim level, which is still available for purchase. Consequently, this indicates that the vehicle can still be obtained in the future. At this time, you have the opportunity to select this alternative. Due to the fact that the present trim level is still available for purchase, you now have the possibility to purchase a Volkswagen SUV that has 7 seats. If you are interested in getting such an SUV, you can do so currently. Continue reading this article if you are interested in purchasing an SUV of this kind.